Hey everyone! Welcome back. I am back today with more Clone Wars, you guys. I'm really excited to watch more of this show today. If you're joining me early today, you already know what it means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much, and as always, I'm sending up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description down below. So I have to say the last arc of Clone Wars, I think was very thought-provoking. It was very well done. It was fun to watch. And it really got me thinking about kind of the different aspects of war and pacifism and peace and kind of how all those concepts may or may not work. So we had this arc where, we run into this tribe of people who are against war. And when I say against war, I mean they're against like any kind of violence whatsoever. Like if something's coming at them, about to kill them, they're either going to like try to like think of another way out of it, or possibly just like the way the one elder was describing, he's like, you know what? If it's our destiny to die, it's our destiny to die. So I always feel weird like watching sci-fi and saying like, that's not right. Cause I've watched enough like Star Trek: The Next Generation to know you can't necessarily impose, even if it's something that seems like so blatantly wrong to you. You can't necessarily impose those beliefs on like a whole other people and culture. However, I mean, there are some extremes, I think. And I think perhaps the point was that some of the elders had gone a little too far in the other direction. We saw kind of the younger generation seeing like, we get that and that's our way and we get that. But on the other hand, like we're just supposed to die. Like, how does that help anyone, you know? And the episode before that, I had been they hadn't really gone into all of that yet. We just knew that the people that they met were very unsure of the Jedi, because whether the Jedi thought they were in the right or not, they still were involved in the war. And it brought up a lot of questions for me about, well, is there another way around this? You know, could we have kind of, somehow negotiated or outsmarted or whatever around the separatists or whatnot. And in the second episode, they just kind of take you right through like, you know what? There are some good points in this, but like they will just mow you down. And honestly, I think, comparing it to real life situations, I don't know if there is a strictly right or wrong answer to this. Because yes, you might just have the other party may not really want anything except for power and just destruction of the other side. But some of the feedback I've gotten in the comments has been really good. Like each side thinks they're the good side, like, and if you're willing to stand by, if you're going to justify what you're doing by saying, but we're the good guys, you can take things a little far in the name of doing what's right. And I think that's why we saw, the Jedi still have like a very strict code that they adhere to, even in times of war. And we had that episode a few episodes back with Kit Fisto's Padawan, where he's like, no, but this is war. Like, those rules don't apply anymore. You don't understand. So it's a very interesting thing to look at, to see, we have this group, the Jedi, that are very, very staunch in their rules and their policies. They have sworn to uphold peace, and that means fighting the other side right now. But they still want to adhere to these rules and morals and everything. But then we can see where that gets a little hairy sometimes. And what do you do when the other side doesn't play by the rules and things like that? So, not to get in a huge rant about the ins and outs of war, but it really got me thinking. And I think that's a sign of a very good show when it's that thought-provoking, particularly one that is probably in its core audience kind of geared towards kids. So I did not see this as a kid. It was it was past my time as a small child. But I mean, if I had, I don't know how that would have got me feeling or thinking, or how that would have influenced me growing up. So I think it's pretty cool that they're introducing things like this even to young watchers. So also, I'm loving the characters. I can't get enough of particularly Anakin, Ahsoka, and Obi-Wan are like, and honestly, I'm enjoying like the newer characters or characters who are from the movies that I just forgot and didn't recognize. I've been enjoying them as well. So really liking the show, in case you couldn't tell by my rant. What do you say we go ahead and get started on the next episode? Let's go. All right. Got the groovin', need the wisdom. Arrogance diminishes wisdom. I like that.
I respect your judgment, General Kenobi, but I will go where I choose. This is sovereign Pantora territory.
I thought this planet was uninhabited, and therefore it's not aligned.
Our moon of Pantora is the only civilization in this system. I'm the one who asked the Senate to protect this planet. This wasteland belongs to us.
With all due respect, General, this is for the Senate to decide.
Since the planet is uninhabited, the moon of Pantora reserves the right to continue as its protectorate.
Point taken, Senator.
Right,
Anakin,
but
stay here with the Senator and the droids while we secure the base.
ooh, that's like a technicality kind of thing, though.
I don't think we're dealing with separatists. These computers haven't been touched.
Sir, our scouts have spotted a droid base on the other side of the ice ridge.
Who are we dealing with then? Is that planet really uninhabited? Or are they trying to hint that maybe it is inhabited?
By the look of things, I'd say whoever attacked our base took out the droids also.
Okay. So definitely not separatists, unless of course it was like Grievous, because he hates the droids. He might just take them out just for the fun of it. Just kidding, just kidding.
Sensors are in place. I think I found something. Blast it.
X-85 to command. There are too many of them. They've overrun the base. We need reinforcements.
Oh, there you go.
Whatever it was, it's a good warrior.
The droids
Yeah.
indicate.
They got a first-hand look at whatever it was that did this, maybe?
Back online. Look around, Senator. Isn't this carnage proof enough?
I know, but there are no dead droids here. No blast marks. The clones' injuries were not consistent with what
So, you're an expert on war now, are you, Senator?
Jim. No, I only...
Let me tell you something, Senator. I have led our people since before you were born. I've seen 100 planets rise and fall through force of arms. If it's not the separatists out there, then it's a malevolent and aggressive enemy nonetheless, and I will not let whoever it is jeopardize the security of the people of Pantora.
But if the Jedi
She's a
discover
senator.
separatists
You can at least hear her out.
then perhaps there is a...
I am willing to fight and die for my people. It's time to ask yourself if you are brave enough to do the same.
Okay. I'm starting to think maybe he knows the planets. There are other life forms and he just wants control. So he's like, nah, it's separatists. Oh, there's... Okay. Oh. That is pretty cool looking, I gotta say.
They're only curious.
They just want to check you out.
Provoke them as the droids and our troops must have done.
Yep.
Too bad we didn't bring 3PO along. How do you plan on communicating?
Yeah,
these things?
translating.
Patience. Maybe they're smarter than we are. Well, say something. Shut up.
Oh, that was good.
We come to you in peace. We will not bring...
Yeah, just draw it, Anakin. Just draw it. Hopefully Anakin's got some art skills. That's not bad. Watch, like a handshake means something very different to them. No, it looks like they're alright. Oh, hugs. Okay. Oh, they're okay. They're huggers. Okay. Well, this probably helps to keep warm. Such a cold climate. Big old snuggly hugs.
What did you find?
It seems we've stumbled onto an inhabited planet.
Impossible. Our explorers have spent
See, that's what this is about.
history of Pantora.
I think they may have been here longer than Pantora.
Whoever they are, they belong to us. This whole
I'm
system
s-
belongs
what-
to us.
Hang on a sec.
They're dangerous. Captain Rex, prepare your troops for battle.
We promise.
I'm sorry, you don't give him orders.
We've arranged a meeting between.
These creatures are little more than animals. You can't lie to an animal. They can't be trusted.
But Your Majesty...
You don't even know
It's
them.
obvious these creatures are not covered by the Convention of Civilized Systems.
Oh,
The
that's
Jedi
not
Council
for...
has no say in the matter.
No.
If the Jedi
You don't get to
are
decide.
able to communicate with them, their status is in doubt.
Do you stand against your chairman, Senator?
Of course not, Your Majesty.
If
Oh,
we're
no,
going to leave the
girl.
Class 7 in this council at the arranged time.
Yeah, no. I think he knew about them the whole time, and that's why he didn't want any investigation. He's like, nah, they're just all savages. Just leave me
We
alone.
don't have enough.
He just wants control over that planet. I think it's pretty obvious. And if they were there first and they are intelligent life, then he would not have control, or they would at least need to, like, reassess everything.
Put
Like
your
she
men in
said.
that ice.
There will be no attack, Chairman.
You will do as I command. This planet is under my
No, you don't give him
Nothing
orders.
is under your control, Chairman.
These savages have no rights here.
Chieftain Tyson welcomes you to his home and hopes you come in peace. He wishes to be good neighbors, but he does not wish you to remain on his planet.
Oh, he's a savage, huh?
Shots
Would you like me to represent Pantora in this matter?
not on your life, Senator.
You need to step off. You need to step off.
This world belongs to the moon of Pantora, and as the supreme chairman and exalted ruler of Pantora.
Somebody needs to put this guy down. Somebody just needs to get him out of here.
Anything else.
The Tals are easily provoked.
Oh, and there they go. They are provoked.
That didn't go over very well.
Nope.
Chairman,
Body
I
language.
promised the Tals
Tell.
that we would leave them.
The great Tyson, son of sons, asks again that you leave or it will be war.
Then war it is.
Why would you choose war?
War, Peachy.
He asked him like 3 times very nicely. The easily provoked one here asked 3 times very nicely while this guy was just all up in his face. No, Senator, honey, you've gotta work this out. You've got to get him to step off.
Up and follow.
Could petition the Jedi Council for an intervention.
That,
You mean
well,
with authorization?
There must be someone on your moon who could approve it.
The Speaker of the Assembly. He has the
there you go.
Let's get.
Yeah, I would do anything you have to do to get this guy out of a position where he has say.
Chairman, get down!
Oh. Oh, all of a sudden when he sees it all up close, it's a little unsettling, I guess. Great. Now they have to get in on it, too. Honestly, like, oh, just to think this all could have been avoided, like, very easily just by, like, 5 minutes of, you know, just being calm and being like, okay, we need to sort this out.
You are given the authority to negotiate a peaceful settlement between the sovereign planet of Pantora and the Tals.
I don't know if that's going to
It
happen
is
now.
decided then. Pilot, let's get moving.
I don't know if will they be able to now that there's been, like, bloodshed.
I was hoping you could negotiate on Pantora's behalf.
She's...
I'm afraid that's not possible. Sir.
Oh, no.
But I don't understand. The Jedi serve the Senate. I must order you to...
Senator, it is your people the Tals are at war with. If the violence is to stop, it is you who must represent your people.
Okay. Can't delegate that one away. Oh, she is awfully young, but she seems like she has a good head on her shoulders.
Quite a mess.
Yeah.
11 dead, the rest wounded, including the chairman.
Oh, is he still alive?
Chairman. Can you
He's
hear
still
me?
alive.
Senator, you must avenge me. As my final command, as chairman of Pantora,
Oh my
I
lord.
order you to destroy the Tulls.
I'm afraid I cannot do that, Chairman.
No.
The Pantoran Assembly has called you out of order.
I died for our people.
Wow, just right to the end, just not wanting anything but destruction.
To die for one's people is a great sacrifice. To live for one's people, an even greater sacrifice.
Heck yes. Heck yes.
I choose to live for my people. What do you choose?
Oh! And he chooses life. Alright.
Chooses to live as well.
Nice.
I leave Auto Plutonia under the watchful eyes of the Tals from this day forth, and recognize your sovereignty as a free and equal people.
Nice. Good job! Boy, she was succinct. She did it. At that young age, she has more wisdom than the chairman, you know? She has the ability to see that a pointless war was not the answer.
Make it last, Senator.
Yep.
Make it last.
Mm-hmm.
And be an example to others. So not only this war, but every war waged may come to an end as well.
Wow.
Promise you.
That's beautiful. That's really powerful. All right, you guys, that was a great episode. That was a beautiful episode and so well done. So, you know, we're kind of dropped into this story about, you know, this planet that supposedly is I knew as soon as he said, like, it's uninhabited, we got control. End of story. I'm like, oh my God, the planet is not uninhabited. And sure enough, there were native people there and people who had been there. I think what they were implying was long before the other people got to their moon or whatever. So the whole idea of like, well, since the planet's uninhabited and we're on this moon, the moon is the closest thing to it, we kind of have like, you know, automatic control of what's going on the planet. And I think that the chairman just really didn't want to give that up. But just to be so incendiary and unreasonable at every turn, it's really unfortunate. It got him killed. It almost got his people into a war. And what's crazy, and I'm glad that they kind of drove this home, that it doesn't matter who you are or how small you think you are, that you can make a difference one way or another, because his people, the senator and all the other people, like, clearly did not want that. And you know, we're not going to go for his actions and his thoughts and feelings on the matter. But because he just happened to be the person in power, you know, as one individual, the feelings and emotions and beliefs he was imposing onto his position were determining the course of an entire people. Two people, really, if you want to look at it as war on both sides, would be pretty devastating. Powerful message. Oh my gosh. Sometimes it's really easy to forget that this is a show that primarily is marketed to children, because honestly, some of the themes that we have been exploring about war, about, you know, we just had that arc that was all about, you know, what's better, war or peace. And interesting that we covered before the idea that peace is obviously the goal, but, you know, sadly, it's not quite as simple as just staying away from war all the time. It's a lot more complex than that. Here we kind of see the extreme other end of the spectrum, with this chairman who is just bound and determined, like, no, I want this. I'm getting this. I don't care what you think. I'll go to war with you. I'll die for it. I don't care. And so they did kind of a good job of covering just within a few episodes kind of like both extremes. Like, what was that guy's problem? What in the world? But, you know, I think the point in the end that I took away from it was, you know, peace is almost, it is a lot harder, but it's worth fighting for. Is as weird as it, peace is worth fighting for. It's kind of oxymoron as that may sound. But you know, it's definitely not going to be easy to try and preserve that. And that's what Obi-Wan was telling the senator at the end, you know, do everything you can to protect it. But, you know, very, very interesting that they would cover both topics in such a short span of time. And I think just a kind of a beautifully done message about what I really took away from it was that one individual was determining the course of both people, which is really scary when you think about, you know, depending on who has the final say. And it's a good thing that he didn't have the final say, but, you know, just as one individual imposing his kind of emotional take on all of it onto the situation, he really could have brought about a devastating war. So, wow, great episode, very heavy episode, well done. Really impressed at how they can get into themes like this, and that they're really not afraid to go a little bit deeper than just kind of a, you know, like I would expect if an animated series was going to try to tackle this, you know, it would probably do so on the most superficial surface possible. And like we saw last episode, they weren't afraid to say, like, peace isn't, you know, pacifism isn't maybe the way either, but certainly, I guess the point is just to keep trying to find the right balance. I don't know. Again, like I said last episode, I don't know what the answer is. I wish I had the right answer, the perfect combination of just enough fighting, just enough peace, but hey, it got us thinking about it. So great episode. I hope you enjoyed watching it along with me. I definitely really got a lot out of it. Thank you so much for joining me today, you guys. Please be sure to join me next time and we will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.